Hello there, guys. Welcome Behind the Bunker Monday night, episode 506. Thank you so much for joining us. Podcast episode number 386 for those of you that are keeping track at home. My name is Todd Ansich. This is yet another weekly paintball podcast, so thank you guys for tuning in. With me tonight I have, I have Josh Zazabulski.
Yeah, buddy, here and complaining as always. So let's get ready to go.
I would say you're less complaining, more crotchety today. Last week you were more ornery.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Then we have Joe Kimson from Flaggers Paintball.
Greetings and thanks for tuning in. I see how you did that. You went 1-2 Tiger Stripe, and then we'll go to Gavin, who's wearing something else. Anyway, guys and girls, thanks for tuning in tonight to Beautiful Behind the Bunker, and we are talking about paintball and stuff.
I never get a chance to wear my Tiger Stripe because you guys are always wearing it. Mine is in mint condition. I only wear it around the house.
Actually, I did. I washed it once.
Well, I hope you only wear it for the show then.
I did. It's my Sunday going to meeting.
Yeah. See, Gavin can't wear it because all the flop sweat.
I'm going to wear it on a day when I can drive my mutt around.
Are you talking about the Jeep?
My Jeep, yep.
Nice. And then
if you do it, come pick me up. I'll wear mine too.
Okay.
Nice. Then we have Gavin Sharma, the odd man out.
That's right. Always the odd man out, but I am so grateful everyone has tuned in this evening, folks. It is Behind the Bunker Monday night. Make sure you hit like and share so everybody else can join the party, the non-Tiger Stripe party side. It's going to be a great show. Thanks for tuning in.
Very good. And I, not wearing Tiger Stripe. I'm not wearing a Behind the Bunker hoodie. I'm wearing my Planet Eclipse hoodie. This is like, you find a hoodie that you kind of fall in love with and it's comfortable and you just kind of keep putting in your repertoire. That's this one. If I could sleep in it, I would. But, yeah. Tonight we're going to be talking about how much would you spend on your dream marker. I think if I take all the money I've spent on every marker I've ever bought, it would be ridiculous. So even spending a few thousand on a dream marker would be reasonable. But we'll get to your answers later on in the program. If you guys head on over to paintball.media, their new online digital magazine is up, featuring the NXL Sunshine State Major Amateur Open that happened a couple weeks ago. Released today, Guns and Navarone documentary episode 2. Check that out. In order to watch it, you have to go to Paintball Media and become a Patreon subscriber, so check that out. Last week, I thanked John Jones for sending in this book, The Complete Guide to Paintball, and thank you again. But Ryan McGee posted up, he says, I'll see you the Complete Guide to Paintball and raise you the 4th edition. So there you go. He has the Complete Guide to Paintball number 4.
I think I have that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go look.
It's got the Echo 2020 featured prominently on the front with looks like a SFT shocker maybe. I guess I got the zoom. Let me see. Yeah, I guess so. And then those Extreme Rage gloves. Extreme Rage. Whatever happened to the E? Speaking of gloves, this is Lisa Weber sends in a picture of her swag she won on our 500th episode. She won the baseball hat, but I thought, what the hell, let's send her some extra stuff, and we gave her some gloves as well. So good for you for winning that.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys listen to it or not, but when we do our podcast, we usually end our stream on Facebook, and we go right into our podcast, which we record live on YouTube. So if you want to check it out, you can. But last week we were talking about something that Gavin enjoys doing, and that's on a Saturday night at home, ordering Skip the Dishes and going to the movie theater and getting his movie theater popcorn.
You know it, baby. Extra butter.
So just for you, we tried this week. We were at Costco and got some popcorn. It was not as good, Gavin. Thumbs down.
Did you keep the movie theater bag and put it in there?
We did, and I even rinsed out the cups and put my own Fruitopia in, and it wasn't the same. Whatever, we tried. It was still $80 for that bag of popcorn, though.
That's retirement popcorn. You'll never go through it.
Yeah. Later on in the program, ladies and gentlemen, we have some of your questions for mail time to get to, and we'll get to that shortly. First, we have we're going to get into a vault segment from Joe. We have custom gear tonight. Josh, I have that loaded. We have Prices Right, and we have the topic tonight to get to. So don't go anywhere, guys. We have lots to get to, and we are watching you guys in the live chat. Alphonse says, I like this show already. Nice. All right, well, why don't we hit up Joe's vault segment, guys, and we'll be right back.
Hey, it's Joe from Flaggers Paintball here with another segment from the Vault where we go back in history, back into the early days of paintball, and we explore something cool. This week, we are going to talk about the 12 gram and how it revolutionized powering your paintball guns in the day. But this is what came next. This is the predecessor to the regulator. This is the thermo valve. This large monstrosity sat on top of a 12 ounce or a 10 ounce tank often, and you would put on the hose, and then there'd be a dummy CO2 that went into your paintball marker, usually your Bushmaster, your Aerostar Eliminator, maybe your PMI 1, PMI 3, whatever. But you'd have a hose, you'd fill this up, you'd have to unscrew this to fill it, you'd have a special fill adapter, then you would just open the valve like your garden hose at the side of your house, and you would power. But this is really what came after 12 gram, and this is what started the constant air revolution, if you will. Anyway, guys and girls, thanks for watching From the Vault, and we'll see you next time. Pew pew.
Audio Jungle.
All right, Joe, that was your vault.
It was my vault, and I did it in front of my M151 mutt. That Steve was wondering. He wants me to do a show about my my mutt. I'll back it out of the driveway one day, and we'll do a little segment of it. Did anyone like my Tommy gun, my toy Tommy gun from when I was a kid in the background? That was on my Jeep. It's kind of cool.
I wonder how hard it would be to convert that to a paintball marker.
I don't think it the plastic is pretty old. Like it's pretty brittle, but it still goes when you pull the trigger.
Sorry, that sound again?
It's like the French, like la la la. Maybe.
I dated a girl who had a laugh like that. It was terrible.
That's good.
So we have questions for mail time for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe later on the show we'll tease it. We'll play. I do have a quick video of that Tommy gun in Joe's from Joe's vault. Maybe we'll feature that later on in the show. Why don't we get to a couple of the questions as well? Before we do that, yeah, let's do that. Gavin, do you have questions ready to go?
Mail time.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's mail time, the time where I get to shine, where I rip open my sack and read some of the correspondence that you, my friends, have sent in. So this week is no different from the other ones. We do have a sack of questions that you would like addressed. First one comes to us from Andrew Capitan, and he wants to know a question from his wife. So, Mrs. Capitan, have you guys ever used hand signals during a match? And if so, did you find them effective for the situation that you were in? Any hand signals?
We use hand signals at
We
use hand signals at the bar when we're trying to pick up girls when we're younger. We're men, of course we use hand signals. Absolutely. We use foot signals, as Joe says.
Navy foot signals? Foot signals, not singles, as you were talking about the bar days.
Yeah.
I would say you use hand signals because you're pointing at people. You say two people, shh, or stuff like that. Those are all hand signals.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Not on an ongoing basis that, that's part of your repertoire or strategy.
Or depending on it. I think it really depends on the genre of the game.
Genre.
The genre.
I do the Disney point when there's guys. I'll point straight ahead if there's guys. I may not do numbers, but I'll point the directions that they are. Sometimes I'll use a clock and say 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock, but I guess that's not a hand signal.
The one hand signal I use a lot is this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I flipped Gavin off.
I use this one a lot. Pew pew.
Well, what about the hand
yeah.
signal you use, Gavin? When I asked, didn't you get hit and you do the wipe signal?
No, it's more this. The universal for shut up, Todd.
Sorry to all of you that are listening on your podcast at home
Rock,
today.
paper, scissors, Spock. However that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it or used it in a scenario?
Yeah, use foot signal. I wave at people a lot.
Yeah, trying to get people's
Good point.
attention for sure. That's probably the biggest.
Never underestimate the power of a strong point. Pointing. You gotta use the Disney point though, where you tuck the thumb in, use all four fingers to point, so you don't offend anybody.
Ah, the cup and point.
Yeah. Is that
A good old cupping point.
Is that what they call it?
I don't know.
Are you guys
Nice.
just being disturbing or no?
Yeah, a little bit. If you guys, and the thing is, if you're not able to use at least hand signals when you're on the field, look at people's body language. I mean, if a guy is cowering and his bunker's getting pelted, look at the direction of where the paint's hitting it, and you'll know where it's coming from. Just looking at the people around you, their body language. There's been lots of big games where you're standing out there 100 abreast along the back line, and you look to your right, and everybody's
50 chicks.
Jolene. And then, you look to your left, everyone's casually look to the right, and there's guys hunkered down shooting paint. Well, which way are you going to go? Right? So.
I want to say Stephen Barr in the chat says he was driving the other day and apparently was next to me, Garvin.
Nice.
Do you remember
He
that?
may have seen a signal, so just thought it was me.
Nice.
And yes, a bag of chips. I did make the podcast R-rated already. I'm sorry. I'm grumpy. I had to go there.
Nice.
Surprised it took that.
It's okay, Gavin.
I have a visual question, Gavin, if you don't mind.
Yeah, please.
This one comes from Tommy Guns. He says, is there a decent HPA compressor for sale for home use? And then Ryder Osborne tagged him in a post, and I went to Amazon and looked at it. It's the Morphorn high-pressure hand pump. Basically looks like a...
Bicycle pump?
Yeah, a bicycle pump. But when you look at it, the fittings are for like a high-pressure air nipple. The gauge on it goes all the way to 6,000 psi. I know that doesn't mean anything but the gauge, and you're right. It's a folding foot plate on it.
I feel like I need to buy one of these just to count the amount of pumps it'll take.
And it's funny you say that because I looked at the price, go $89. I should almost buy one for the show just to do a review on it. But $89, I know exactly what I'm getting.
No, you know what you do? You change your Airtable rules. If your tank is within hydro, by all means, fill up at the compressor. If your tank's out of hydro, here you go.
Here's the pump.
I was, speaking of air and stuff, I was having a conversation with someone a while ago, another field operator. And I know they do it, it's very common in the States, where they charge for all-day air. How far away are we from, having, when you get your entry, you get a fill, but then you buy all-day air?
Yeah.
Like, are we, I sense that's coming close to coming back again.
Well, high pressure air is way more expensive than CO2. The field owner could buy a tank, use it for the weekend and, make a couple of dollars to cover the cost. But a high pressure air tank, hell, even just the bulk tank itself was like $1,200, let alone the compressor, into the tens of thousands of dollars, plus the operating and the gas. People have no idea. That is like the most expensive expense for a paintball field, I would feel, or at least one of them. I agree with Joe. Like I almost think that there might be a cost. The unfortunate thing is everyone has high pressure air, so it's going to hit every single person. But it's very common in the States where you'll pay your gate fee to go to the paintball field, but then if you want unlimited air, it's an additional charge. Yeah.
Look, I get that to cover sort of the overhead, the operating costs for sure.
Yeah.
I think as a field owner, you have to balance that out versus sort of liability. Just people bringing their own scuba tanks that may or may not be in hydro and doing all sorts of crazy fills in the parking lot, right? So you can have a guy who's setting up shop, right, and either giving away or selling it, undercutting the field owner too, right? So
Andrew Woodward, in the States, we pay $15 a day for all day air. Bobby Douse, $2 a fill is fine. Pittsburgh Paintball Park air is free. I think it depends, but $15 a day for all day air, that seems like a lot, but I think it's something that you're going to. I think you're going to see that become standard across the industry at some point. It used to be, and Todd's chuckling.
No, not at your comment. I'm reading the Google reviews on this. So this pump.
Thanks for paying attention to the show.
No, I'm paying attention, but I didn't. We haven't answered the guy's question yet. But he says he goes, the result that he got was not even 100 psi that went into his tank, and that was after 2 hours of pumping. I'm sorry, but if you're pumping this bicycle pump for 2 hours, wouldn't you look at the gauge and realize sooner than that you should stop pumping? Needless to say, he gave it a 1-star review. So
this is a great, great addition to any paintball kit at this point because, let's lose some of that COVID weight. We've all been sitting around and let's spend 2 hours trying to get 1,000 PSI into our tanks.
Yeah, Gavin's not wrong.
So that's your $89 model. If you want to spend $600, you can get this. Zane Smith sent me this one, and this is a GX portable PCP air compressor. Goes up to 4,500 PSI. $600, but again, it doesn't look like it's gonna do a hell of a lot either. I know nothing on it. The Google reviews aren't they don't say much either. A guy had it. Where is it here? So you get a 71% did 5-star ratings, and the rest were 4, 3, 2, and 1 star. So I don't know. And then the other one that we've talked about on the show is this one here. It's the Shoebox.
Yeah.
The Shoebox Compressor. It's currently unavailable right now, but we've talked about this one on the show. We knew a couple people who had them. If you're in a hurry for an air tank, this is not for you. It's going to take a while, but if you're at home and you want a tank fill and you don't mind spending $1,000 on a Shoebox compressor just to fill your air tank for an hour's worth of work, great. But yeah, I'm going to pass on that. Are we missing any? Is there any other option for someone at home to fill their compressor? You could buy a booster, but they're worth several $1,000s, and that's not even... You still need a compressor.
Even if you went to your local welding shop and got an HPA or a high pressure air, I guess a nitrogen tank, and got the proper fittings to fill your tank, your first fill would be 4,500, but your second one would probably be 4, then 35. Then by the end of it, by the time the tank was dry, you'd be getting 2,000. Then there would be a tank with lots left in it. You need a cascade system, so you're,
it's that's a hard one. But this pump that they're talking about for $89, they say is suitable for filling basketballs and bicycle tires. So maybe that's all it's good for. I don't know if you really want to be pumping for 2 hours to fill a tank. And even if you're filling a small capacity, a small cubic inch tank, God, that's going to take you forever. And to what end? The smaller the tank, the faster the fill, but the faster you empty it on your gun. So
I had an experiment last year because we had a raft. We had
like in college
to go. Yeah, yes. When I was in college, it was an experiment. We had a raft to fill, so I had a Peanut, I think, a 45, and it was full. So I got my remote line, put it on the tank, and then I got the fill nipple, and I had an extra fill nipple, and I stuck it into the remote line, and then put that piece into the air mattress or the raft to fill up, and then I slowly turned my tank on, and the thing did inflate. But it, was arduous.
Yeah, I tried to fill a small inner tube raft type thing last year with a tire pump that you'd have that would go into your cigarette lighter and pump up your car tire. Yeah. And it took forever. Legitimately, it was not even a viable option. You're better to use a shop vac with a reverse blower on it. And yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
My shop vac, shop vac's out of business.
It is.
That the company shop vac is out of business. They used to be in Pennsylvania, and they closed because, all your other companies are making them.
Goddamn COVIDs.
Did you know that?
Were they not purchased by someone else?
I don't think so.
I think Joe. I've heard that before. I think Joe's right. The brand or company shop vac is gone. But when you've got Rigid and Craftsman, and
DeWalt makes them, and Milwaukee have them, but the company shop vac went out of business.
All right, Matt. If Matt was here, he'd probably be doing the.
Here we go. A couple more, please. So the next question comes to us. Good friend of the show and paintball extravaganza. Rick Chard wants to know, how is attendance at special events ran since COVID had softened guidelines? So just, I guess, a survey for our friends in the United States of America and other countries. Now that some restrictions have been lifted or softened, what's attendance like at events?
Yeah, that. We definitely have to put that out to the chat forum because where we are in Canada, we aren't running anything right now. I know Super Game ran fairly successfully with strict guidelines. I saw the rules and I applaud them for that. And I know that NXL ran with some pretty strict guidelines as well. So I guess it's depending on the state. We'll have to watch and see what you guys in the live chat are saying. But
for us, ain't nothing happening. So we are in lockdown and likely going to have an extension to that lockdown too. So we look with envy and jealousy south of the border and around the world for those restrictions have been lifted because we're all anxious to get out there and do some pew-pewing, but it's just not going to happen here for a little while
the
yet.
Soonest we're going to play paintball where we are, what do you guys think, June?
Second week of June, potentially, maybe a little bit longer than that. Fingers crossed that things go well so that we can get some freedom back and some pew-pewing.
Bones and Ashes, according to Andrew in the live chat, says they had 800 plus. Where was Bones and Ashes? What state?
In a fire pit.
Bab Spisser says June 2nd for recreation if we're lucky. I agree. I hope so. Super Game was great. Less players, but was kind of nice, says Steve Barr. Josh, do you know that we met Steve back 2 Super Games ago?
Yep.
Yep. No restrictions on Idaho paintball, says Kyle Swanson.
Is there paintball in Idaho?
Yeah, and Eric Engler said it was North Carolina. Fayetteville, more specifically.
Where's Andrew Wayward? I know we keep asking, but
I'm assuming North Carolina because that's the game he went to, maybe? Alberta is rocking 5 people outdoor gatherings, which means paintball is a go. Yeah, I guess that's one better than we are. So, Living Legends this weekend at Black Ops in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So yet another North Carolina game. Texas is wide open. Well, of course they are.
Yeah.
Oklahoma D-Day is going on this year. Last year didn't. Or last year ever, sorry. It says Justin W. on YouTube.
Andrew's in Virginia.
Yeah. Nice. New England is playing, says Charles Holton. So, I mean, I guess it's all regional. But if you guys are playing paintball, count your lucky stars. That's for sure. There's a hell of a lot of people right now that aren't able to do any of that.
Can't even leave our house, damn it.
No.
Yeah, we had stay-at-home lockdown orders.
No.
Richie Rampage Santos says Florida is rocking. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. California, in California, it's a go. Really? They're open again. Even the Dominican Republic is playing ball, says Bobby
That's
Douse.
baseball. Mang.
Yeah. Eric Engler puts a shameless plug. Fulda Gap is going on in November. Absolutely. And if we can get to that, we will go. Make sure you guys check out Fulda Gap and our friend Eric Engler at Command Decisions War Games. So, all right, is that all for the questions, Gavin, or do you have
one more, and I will cinch
man.
up the sack. I was trying to stick this in the bottom of the sack so I wouldn't see it. It is from my nemesis, Ryan McGee. And the question that he asks is, and going around the horn, my friend. So, in the opinion of the panel, is a box mag of any sort still considered a mag fed, or is it simply an upside down hopper? And then his sub question is, how many box mags have I kicked off? So, box mag in any sort of form, is it mag fed, or is it just? Would you consider it hopper fed?
Let's start with Josh on this. Let's get his opinion in first.
In my opinion, it counts as mag fed because most people will play mag fed because it's quote unquote more realistic. Well, most squads have some type of automatic heavy fire gun with large capacity belts or drums, whatever. So if you want to talk about realistic, that's more realistic. And other people go on and say, well, no, it doesn't count. It's just an upside-down hopper. And I say, well, technically speaking, a mag-fed paintball marker is an upside-down hopper. So,
yeah.
What's your point?
Cameron Turnbull in the live chat says Magwell equals mag-fed. Catchy. Bab Spisser says mag-fed heavy gunner in events must have a card for it. I guess I agree. Joe, we'll get your opinion here in a sec, but I feel that much like Josh says, in real war, real life army play, you've got heavy gunners, so I get it. I know it's also frustrating for those that actually want to play real mag fed, and as he said, mag well equals mag fed. So I get that. So maybe on a limited capacity for a MFOG game, but I don't know. I like paintball. I'll play with whatever. If you tell me the heavy gunners are allowed, and if I'm playing mag fed, I'll just adjust my game accordingly. So, Joe, what do you think?
We ran a couple games that were mag fed only games, and we had people just strictly using mags only. However, looking back in retrospect, I think that if you were doing a mag fed only game, that you could have probably, one person per 30 or 25 or odd number, and they could use a box mag, but then they would take the paint they would have would go out in their box mag. So if their mag held 400 rounds, then that's what they got to take on the field. So it would be up to them to conserve or use their 400 rounds accordingly. And then, like Bob says, then they have, if they're going to be a heavy gunner, then they get a heavy gunner card. And I would say you wouldn't be able to use full auto anyway. You would it'd be semi-auto only.
Yeah.
No bursting or ramping.
Yeah. I guess it depends on how pure, I guess, you want it to be. This is the most contentious question we get, and we get it an awful lot. As Wolf kind of rolled his eyes in the live chat, we got that question again. It's asked a lot, and I think it's really up to the game organizer. As Joe said, he ran an MFOG style game, and he got gears because he didn't let people play with them, and and then you got other people that got upset that
sniveling,
that you would have let people play with that. So like, I don't know. I guess it is.
The paintball bully was sniveling.
Yeah. So there you go. There you go. Gavin, whatever, you didn't chime in yet?
I didn't chime in. Yes, I do think it is mag fed. I'll go with the magwell argument as well. I think what the biggest objection I've ever heard or seen with respect to box mags and mag fed play is the ammo capacity. So I think if you level the playing field in terms of limited the amount of paint that all players can bring on the field, because I could have 3,000 mags dragging behind me, right, and just putting it in, right? So, but if you limit it to add to sort of the realism as well, I think that there should be no objection to having that.
Yeah.
Sort of like to piggyback up Joe's and Josh's point about heavy gunners as well. I think if you just limit the amount of ammo in the box mag and what people can carry on the field, then it certainly levels the playing field. That's my chime. All right, and that is my final question, Todd. So unless you have more, I can send you out my side.
I think we're good. Let's move on. We got lots more to get to on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit that like button. And we are watching your comments. And if you're watching us on Facebook, hit that like and, hey, share it with some of your friends if you don't mind. But something else that I've been holding on to this all show, and I've been wanting to tell you guys about this the entire time. But did you guys know that Planet Eclipse has more championships, new mechanical markers, new electronics, new territories, including the new MagFed division? Get Planet Eclipse, ladies and gentlemen, much like my hoodie that I'm wearing tonight, and take on the world.
I need my read. 1 minute.
When the world's
greatest players, photographers, and expected parents need the best coverage, most vivid colors, biggest selection, they pull a tab on an EG product. Hashtag Pop Smoke, now with new packaging, new colors, and new disbursement.
How many people that are watching the show tonight could do one or all of our reads by heart? You don't have to. I'm not asking you to, but just post up if you think you could do at least one or two.
With thick welded seams, stainless steel hardware, multiple color options, it makes Air Up the #1 choice for inflatables on and off the field. Made in America by Brent Davis and his crew. Check out airups.com.
Dreams fade. Ruthless paintball products, color, sublimation, and craftsmanship never die. On or off the field, Ruthless keeps you fresh. Use the promo code BTB15 for 15% off your order.
Adapt, create, and win. Exalt is in our blood. Make your game boil. Get Exalt available worldwide. And just so you know, now that the BTB crew both has nipple covers and face masks from Exalt, we are the happiest people in the world. Get yours today from Exalt.
From the beginning, you'd stumble down a rocky cliff or waded chest deep through a mosquito-infested bog. And then whether you're sliding into the snake or running and gunning, GI Sports has the gear for you. Now with the new Stormer, basic, tactical, and elite.
DLX Technologies, guys. True industry innovators with some of the lightest, fastest, and sleekest hardware in paintball. DLX has the power to get you to the podium, ladies and gentlemen. And that's where you want to be. And I do appreciate Mike Thompson posting in the beginning. Absolutely. I could probably say that I could, without looking at my sheet, do most of your guys' reads. I wouldn't get it verbatim, but I'd probably get some of them. Yeah.
Hey guys, also, if you're a fan of any of these manufacturers that sponsor the show, give them a like and a share and an at.
Yeah, there you go.
Tag them and bag them.
Tag them. I mentioned the early onset of the show today that the iconic Paintball Team series, episode number 2, The Guns of Navarone, is now up on the Patreon page for paintball.media. Good place to go if you guys like paintball content. It's pennies a day, and you control the content, ladies and gentlemen. So you guys should head on over and check that out. But one of the things that I found interesting about the Guns of Navarone, and this is back in the late 80s, that the captain, Andy, was one of the first teams to begin and implement a team system, which would be later used by all the other teams in the world. I'm going to actually read some copy from the script here itself. The team players had designated positions. This was the first of any of the organized teams, and they were first known to not only play every week, but to incorporate a workout schedule, scrimmages against other teams, and institute a system of recognition for players that excelled in practices and later events. So these guys were like the first team to actually put organization to paintball, to a paintball squad. So it was interesting to see their short run, and they had some pretty good success. So do check it out if you guys get an opportunity to. So we're talking tonight about how much would you spend on your dream marker. Joe, maybe you can watch some of the comments in the live chat. Josh, I know you have a couple sheets, and Gavin, you may have one sheet. So let's find out from you guys at home. But before we find out their comments, let's talk to you guys. Josh, maybe we'll start with you. Someone gives the opportunity to give you your dream marker, whatever that happens to be. What are you willing to dump out on that?
My personal one?
Yeah, I think so. You could say what it is if you want or not. It's up to you.
If I could find a as close to mint or brand new as possible Black Magic autococker, I'd probably pay some large sums of money for something like that.
Yeah. Gavin, what about you?
I'm actually not going to spend any money, Todd. I'm waiting for Leds to send us a whole package of.
Keep pushing, Gavin.
That's
Maybe
right.
one day.
I know he's listening to this on a Tuesday in the shop right now. So, hit up Todd. Send that package to us so I can have our dream guns.
Gavin, I hate to say this, but Led's actually sent in 5 markers already for all of you guys, and I've sold them, and I've bought my maple syrup. I bought a couple crates, so I'm good now until next spring. But
perfect.
Yeah. Joe, what about you? What are you spending?
I'm sort of taking Gavin's side where I'm waiting for lads to send me. Actually, I don't need a whole gun. I already have this piece. So
You've got a tan receiver.
I have a tan magwell and receiver and a grip. So I just need a barrel and some internal components to make it actually work. So
Poor Leds is going to turn this on tomorrow, and he's going to be smiling, drinking his coffee, looking around the shop going, God, life is nice at Planet Eclipse.
I hope Leds pulls a perfect Johnny Cash here and sends Joe that one piece at a time.
One piece. The postage would kill. No,
that random gets 5 screws in the mail.
I think my next gun is going to be an EMG 100, but I would do it up with some Magpul hardware, I think. So that'll put the price up. As far as optics, because they get shot out anyway, I would just put your basic normal paintball optics on it. But I would run it MagFed as well. And I don't need a barrel kit. I have the Planet Eclipse barrels are quite magnificent anyway. But I do have if I wanted to use my Apex, I do have a Stella cocker threaded barrel I could use as well.
Yeah. Bob Spisser in the live chat says, I'd buy one of the angler guns. That's kind of my ceiling right there. Because we're using the word dream marker, I would like a marker that would allow me to still play pump, still allow me to play mag fed, and also allow me to play on the speedball field. And I know that sounds stupid, but it is a dream marker. We can talk however we want, but that's what I would like. And also be able to slap on a mech trigger for me to play a classic event. But that doesn't exist per se, and that would be the dream setup. And to be honest with you, let's talk about how much money we've spent in the past. And we've all spent thousands of dollars on paintball guns in the past. What if you would spend? It would be your last $3,000 you'd ever spend, but you got the perfect marker. Would you spend it? I don't know. $3,000 is an awful lot of money, but think about it. You'd never buy another gun again. Although that kind of takes the fun out of it.
Yeah, I mean, we're all gonna purchase new markers. We're all gonna purchase new gear and tinker with whatever we have.
Yeah.
But, you know what? I'm obviously my whole salt and the pepper comment the other week too. I'm slowing down. I really just enjoy Rec Ball and some of those smaller games. So I don't need anything ridiculous. Yeah. Something that's going to be consistent and ease of maintenance. I'm content with. So
I want something with ramping still to go up against those rentals, though.
Yeah, but when the arthritis kicks in, the ramping won't matter.
That's true.
Keep it slow, my friend.
Yeah, the diabetes and the arthritis. Yeah. No, I would never do that against rentals, obviously. But, I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, we've all kind of been through those stages. But, I mean, I would be happy if the last gun I ever owned was a pump or a mechanical gun. I think we'd still have fun on the field with that. You know, sometimes you don't want to or don't need to be that guy that has the electronic markers shooting ropes down the road, down the field. But
I would be perfectly content if I found out the only marker I was allowed to use for the rest of my life was the Resurrection autococker.
Yeah. Jared in the live chat says, Todd, so you want a Hammer 7. Dan and Hardy says Twister Geo 4. Andrew says if I could get my old black and yellow Carnivore back, he'd be happy. Yeah, Mike Thompson, so an Automag? Die Reflex Rail Autococker all gloss back. I have to tell you, I agree with you, Chica, but there's also, check out Free Flow's website. They're now selling the new versions of the Reflow, the Reflex Cocker, and they look sharp. Gavin, you're nodding. Did you see them?
I was nodding to Joe. Yeah, did you see the Die autocockers that were out?
Yeah, they popped up in my feed.
But that's not from Die. That's from Free Flow that came out with it, right?
Okay.
Free Flow, yeah, they're really nice.
Yeah, it took me a second look. I'm like, what? What's going on here? And then I read who posted it. So,
aesthetic anodizing is doing the colors on them. So
nice. Yeah. So you guys have some sheets there. Joe, I'll let you watch the chat. What do you guys have on your sheets there?
So Mike Hancock said he spent many years ago. He spent about $750 building his perfect RTULE Automag, and it's still his preferred classic. Yep.
Yeah.
Jared Skibo says he spent probably far too much money making a Hammer 7 into a Dream bolt action sniper rifle.
Yeah, but I've seen some of those. They're pretty sharp. Money well spent.
They look very cool.
Yeah.
So Davey Jan says he bid on an unanodized GSL and he stopped at $3,000 USD. Damn, son.
Jeez.
All right, so it went over 3,000.
Joe in the YouTube chat says he'd love a bullpup mag-fed marker. Here.
Misfit Shock Tech Cockers.
How many times you can say that? People don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, Joe, what was that? A Shock Tech?
Andrew Woodyard is saying Misfit Shock Tech Cockers.
Yeah.
Nice. Elliot Darno said Inception Predator.
Yeah, that's a very nice marker.
Yeah.
And I apologize. Wes Shockley sent in a his dream gun that he built for $1,200, but I'm not able to see it with the picture that I have, so I apologize for that. But
I blacked it out because it's Wes Shockley. Yeah. It's not safe for the show. Good for you, Wes Shockley, for still watching. You know, he is one of the long-time viewers of the show. He doesn't watch every week, but he still checks in, and he's been watching us for a
long time.
Yeah, back when we were entertaining.
And he was on our quarantine shows as well on Saturdays.
He was.
He'd pop on, so yeah.
Yeah. Bab Spisser says my ID 100 custom EMF 100 is rivaling my Die Damn. Well, of course it would. Of course it would.
Austin James Knopp says I spent $3,100 Canadian on a lasered CSL in 2011.
Nice.
Multiple people commented on how beautiful it was.
Devin Schwartz says that he'd spent about $350.
It's been about $350.
Oh, Bill Scribner, a working Evil Omen.
Nobody
That's
got
priceless
the money to do that
because it ain't happening.
That's going to involve personally having it teched by Simon Stevens.
Yeah,
and Zampier for the reads.
Yes.
Yeah. If you want a properly working Evil Omen, you have to send it to Simon Stevens at Inceptions to get it properly working. He's got all the mods for it. Let him know Behind the Bunker sent you, and he'll get you hooked up. Yeah, absolutely. I would still like to see a video of a working one. I don't think I'm going to get that wish.
Todd, these ones where all the stuff's at the top, where are they from? Are they from
Instagram. Yeah.
Okay, so Paintball.100 says I spent $2,300 on his dream marker, HK Army Lux X with Blue Moon Anno custom laser engraving.
Wow.
Sounds like it would be pretty cool.
Steve in the live chat says on YouTube, he says markers get greater every year. Kind of to my next thought. I said about $3,000 is what I would spend on like the perfect final marker, but I don't know that I could do a final marker. You know what I mean? Like every year you kind of look forward to something new coming out, and be ashamed to have your dream marker and all these other fancy trinkets showing up. Half the fun is getting that new marker smell. Yeah, I don't know.
The smell.
Shane Free says PNP Supercocker. Yeah.
Dr. McDonald 1994 says, however much a minty A1 fly with sick anno runs.
Ah.
You forgot to add in there like 3 battery chargers.
Matt the Crypt is saying a evil proto. Evil proto is what he was hoping for. Yeah. All right.
I have one last comment that I'd like to read, and I think it's the winner of the evening.
Uh-oh.
Because this one strikes right at home, right to the heart. And it's from good friend of the show. Where'd it go? Oh, Barney Hulk says, I can't say my wife will see it. We're all there, bud.
Yeah.
We're all there.
Yeah. I knew a paintball store once a long time ago who would, before computerized systems, would give you a handwritten receipt because that's the style at the time. And they would offer you a second handwritten receipt with a slightly less denomination on it, just so that you could put it on the kitchen table when you got home.
Or put it in the box.
Put it in the box.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My greatest fear is that my wife will sell my markers when I pass away for what I told her I bought them for.
Oh. Sell it on eBay, sell it rare and OG, and paint them. You'll get more than you got.
So I just wanted to say, I see Jeff Thompson in the chat says, hello, Bud Orr, and I saw that a couple of weeks ago, so Bud had joined us. So
nice.
If you're tuning in this evening, my friend, I appreciate you guys stopping by. We were talking a lot about your markers, and thanks for checking us out again, my friend.
Yeah, Bud who? I'm only kidding. Yes. That was one of our favorite shows, having Bud Orr and Tom K simultaneous on the show. And if you guys are big fans of either of them, go on our YouTube channel and do a search for Behind the Bunker, Bud Orr, Tom K. Best interview we've had on the show, I would say. Very good. All right, Josh, you have your sheets handy, my friend?
I do.
All right. Josh picked about a half a dozen of his favorite custom gear picks that you guys have sent in over the last couple of weeks and wants to show them. Let me see if I can get them loaded up there for you, Josh. There we go. I'm ready when you are.
All right, let's go. First one sent in is from Stephen Fontaine. Added a 4 grip. I take many pictures of this, and this with a TMC with a Lapco mock suppressor.
You know what? I am going to go in the proper order, and let's start again. So here we go.
Oh, no, sorry. No.
No, you're
sorry.
right. You're right. I'm wrong. I went backwards.
Okay. All right. Fine. Next one up is from Oliver Powell, who's got the TMC, and I believe that is a PPQ, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
How do you properly say it? Walther?
Walther.
Walther PPQ.
Yeah.
As it is pronounced in
that's
all
not a
James
TMC.
Bond movies.
Is that a T? That's in modern. That's not a TMC.
Yeah.
No, you're right. That's not.
Hold on.
What is
Look
that?
at the receiver. This is it's either a fiber phenom.
No, it might be a converted, but it might be one of those
It's a Tacoma
or
Tacoma
something.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mistake. I should know that.
That's
Oliver
okay.
does not own one. Next one sent in from Justin Williamson. Now, this one is a TMC
Yeah, brilliant.
with the air through stock. I like seeing that. I like it. I have that mod as well, and I do enjoy it. Next is from watcher of the show, Dan and Hardy, and these are the what do you call these? Like steins?
Yeah, I would say.
Cups? Yeah, made out of recycled or upcycled carbon fiber tank.
And look at the drop forwards and the inline regs as the handles.
I wasn't going to make a comment because none of them were flame drop forwards. So,
But these still get honorable mentions.
I suppose.
Good looking paint though, that yellow and purple GI paint. Nice.
Next up is Rob Zazabulski.
Wow.
I hope I butchered that enough for him. These are Gavin's favorite goggles. Many, many kisses.
What?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Why would that be my favorite? But anyway, let's go on.
You know what would
And,
fit great in those is some sports comms.
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
obviously.
We should have bought more sports comms.
You should have. It's like Dogecoin.
And the last one is sent in by Mikey Mike Holstrom, and he loves this show to pieces, just like his marker.
Nice. Well done.
I wrote that just for you, Mike.
Cool.
Don't say I don't do anything for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to get your custom gear on our show, send it through any of our social media platforms or send us an email to show@behindthebunker.com. Guys, if you're
And
watching
maybe
this...
with one or two words as to what the marker is,
Yeah.
maybe. Because Todd gives me extremely blurry sheets. Sometimes it's hard to see.
We do have a Bud Orr in our live chat. He says that's an old Ranger that are made way back. Nice. Nice to see you, Bud. Miss you on the show. Maybe we'll get you back on one day. Maybe we'll get you without Tom K so we can let your...
With that deadbeat, right?
yeah. Cut the dead weight and just get Bud Orr on the show. There you go. Awesome. So if you guys are watching us on Facebook right now, we're going to say farewell to you. We're going to continue to record our podcast, and we're going to continue to broadcast over on our YouTube channel. If you guys are watching us on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, or even hit that bell notification so whenever we're live, you guys are notified of it. Thank you to all of you guys that are watching us on Facebook. We'll see you guys next week.
Don't be a freeloader. If you liked what you hear, make sure to hit the share button below. Also follow us on our social media outlets like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, ICQ, and now MySpace. If you want to join the conversation, post your comments and we might read them on the show.
All right. Well, that was fun, man. Those that 50 minutes goes fast when you're having fun.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
You know, Josh, you're rubbing off on me right now. I'm getting really, really grumpy the longer the show goes on.
Yeah.
I call it Zoom fatigue.
Yeah.
Zoom fatigue.
Yeah.
So
It's a
you know
real
what?
thing.
You know what? And I'm grateful that I can't see Matt right now. So we're going to be doing this Zoom show for a little bit longer.
A couple more weeks for sure. Yeah,
a couple more weeks for sure. I am itching to get back in the studio, honestly, for a number of reasons. But it's just, I miss my friends. I miss our paintball community, and it's so much nicer when we're all together in studio. And I'm really hoping it happens soon.
Yeah, and our hand signals and foot signals are better while we're in the same studio.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Plus, the catering is better. Like, I'm just getting catering right now for myself, and the sandwich trays barely get touched.
We need funeral sandwiches.
We do. By the way, I don't know if you told your wife or not, or if she knew, but little Louise, I think it was, had a Mother's Day special, but it was like funeral sandwiches. But like cute, pretty sandwiches for Mother's Day. I dare not get them because my wife does not eat sandwiches like that.
What?
But she does not. She does not do egg salad. She does not do cold cuts. She does not do tuna. Basically, she doesn't do sandwiches.
Like, Todd, you're the only guy who gets excited about going to a funeral. Like movie Wedding Crashers, like Todd could star in Funeral Crashers.
Gavin, your voice seems a little
up.
hoarse. Is it something I should be worried about?
Yes. Are you planning? Ooh, the smoked salmon is going to be delicious. Egg salad, here
I
come.
found a new caterer who will put capers in their egg salad and tuna salad. So, yeah. I don't know what a caper is. I just know they're delicious and salty.
Yeah, I don't know if there's caper trees, but
I think caper's like a berry or something, isn't it? Like it grows
They
on.
come off a tree. They're grown
It
in
has to be.
Spain. They're
Are
like
they really?
olives. Yeah, I think so.
No. Yeah, they're quite delicious with smoked salmon, though. What the hell is going on? Like, did I hit the Twilight Zone? I'm talking about food.
I know you're talking about food, Gavin. Good for you. Capers are also called finder's rose, is a perennial plant that bears rounded, fleshy leaves and large pinkish white flowers. The plant is known for edible flower buds used in seasoning and fruit, both of which are usually consumed pickled.
There we go. Bob
We
Spicer's.
did talk about pickles and olives as well, so maybe this could be added to the tool belt of snacks that you have on a very hot day.
Well, Bob Spicer in the live chat says, capers. Capers are nice. It's like that sort of thing that if you were, if you had them in your fridge and you were single, your potential lady friend would open up and see that you have capers and go, oh, this guy's pretty worldly. Then they look on the cupboard and see Vegemite and they start running out the door.
Yeah, okay, that I've got capers in there, to attract the ladies, and I've got the ascot in my pipe too.
Smoking jacket hanging in your hallway closet.
Absolutely.
This is how long it's been since I've dated somebody.
Like the 50s? Is that the last time you dated someone?
Yeah. No, well, whatever. It's just this pretentious food like the capers. We were at a upscale restaurant years ago for something celebrating, and someone had made comment at the table beside us about how great the salad was because it had fennel in it.
What?
Yeah, it's like really they're getting batshit crazy over fennel. Nice. Okay, well,
Fennel's not that great.
I disagree. I agree. Sorry, I agree with you. It's not that good at all. It's like when someone puts rosemary. I don't like rosemary. If no one ever used rosemary or thyme in any cooking at all, I would be the happiest camper.
I am just watching our chat right now. People are actually giving recipe or recommendations, right? So we have Jeb Thompson's like a dash of curry in your egg salad sandwich.
Nah, get rid of the curry. Put your paprika in.
Curry. Stop putting curry in everything. It doesn't need to be there. It's got a distinct flavor, and it goes with a very set, food groups and recipes. It's like,
well, what's your thoughts on paprika then?
Oh, my dad put
no.
everything.
Time out. The secret ingredient in most fried chicken is smoked paprika.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say salt.
Smoked paprika is awesome in nearly everything.
Yeah.
I keep making making comments in the Facebook chat. I guess I should stop.
That's the old shows that are playing.
Steve is in the live chats talking about Caesar bars. We used to go to this restaurant called the Alibaba, and it was one of these restaurants where there were all booths, and most of them were cylindrical. And if someone called the restaurant, they would bring out this phone on a tray to you, plug it into the jack that's at the table, because all the tables had jacks. And it's one of those old-timey phones with the scoop for your mouth receiver, and they would wheel out this Caesar cart, and they would make you Caesar while you waited, while you watched, and they would ask you how much garlic do you want, how many anchovies, or all that sort of stuff. And it was half people didn't even want to eat their Caesar; they just wanted to see the show. But that was fantastic. Wonder what that guy's doing now. The guy that has a hunchback, because that's all he ever did was hunch over a Caesar cart.
Caesars, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Food is good. We can all talk about food. Good show tonight. I like all your custom corner stuff, Josh. Hopefully you have some more for next week. You've got a handful left, right?
I think I have 2 sheets of.
Nice. Okay, so we're good. Yeah. And didn't get a chance to watch.
Only 6. It's only 6 submissions.
6 submissions? Okay. Well, we'll ask for some more. Steve, you can just sign off YouTube right now and go home. He says tofu capers. No.
What the fire truck? You're ruining the show, Steve.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on double dipping?
You dip the way you want, I will dip the way I want.
That's
Good
right.
for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going anywhere, so we're going to end this program. That was a good show tonight, and if you guys are new to our podcast, thank you guys so much for downloading it. A lot of you guys are our numbers are you guys visiting Google Play and visiting our website and seeing it and playing it from there. But all you got to do is find it on your phones where you get normal podcasts from, and you can subscribe to it, and it'll automatically come to your phone, so you don't have to miss a single episode. So try doing that at next time that you guys are looking for the show. And all you have to do to find us is hit Paintball Podcast. Maybe even use the words Behind the Bunker, and you'll find us. Josh, thank you for being on the show tonight, sir.
And thank you for putting up with me again for Monday.
You made the whole show, and you didn't have to run out at all.
No, this is because I have nothing left to drink. This is how sad I was. Look, I had a protein shake during the show.
No wonder he's ornery.
Why?
Gotta get him some good time beverages.
Because the rum's gone.
Oh, no.
Rum and protein
Why the
shake?
rum's gone?
By the way, not that it helps you in any way, but I do have a bottle of Captain Morgan Dark in the studio. Just saying.
I didn't make it home in time to go to the liquor store.
Yeah. I'd asked Matt if the liquor stores are actually physically open. I thought maybe it was a curbside, but I guess it's a necessity, isn't it?
It's
They're
essential
open,
service.
but I think in our area, Mondays are closed.
I think you're
they
right.
close Mondays. They
I think
close
you're
at
right.
7 o'clock, too.
Yeah. Oh, well. So thanks, Josh. Joe, thank you for being on the program tonight.
Thanks very much. No problem. And we will see you next Monday night at 8 for the Facebook Live show.
Yeah. And Garvin Sharma.
Yeah, it was great to be here as usual. It's so fantastic to see you guys in the chat interacting. Some big names, and for you little people too, we still appreciate you. Continue to share the love and let people know what you do on a Monday night by subscribing, and just spreading the word. Word of mouth is great. So appreciate you guys chatting with us in the YouTube world and listening to us every week when you download it. We sincerely appreciate all of your support.
Yeah. And final shout out goes to Happy Holton, who finally made it to YouTube. Happy's going to be a new correspondent of Behind the Bunker. He's going to go to a game and do a quick roving report for us. So hopefully we look forward to seeing that one as well. Thank you to Babs Bisser watching from his hot tub. Hopefully he's not any more wrinkly than he normally is. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week.